Welcome to Gift Friday. How many times, I'm Sporty King. Look, how many times have you heard the term, the cliche, TGIF, or used it? Thank God it's Friday. Well, I say, what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday? Therefore, I use what I learned from Psalm 92 and 2, and that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Therefore, instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Thus, the lesson I also garnered from Matthew 6 and 34, and that is, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. You see, it doesn't matter which order you say it in because it's a wonderful, victorious cycle of thankfulness to God. So I want you to consider instead another way of using TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost for you to receive the greatest gift of every day? The gift of waking up. Doesn't cost you a dime. And that still moves us into realizing that if we take TGIF and we move the T from the front to the end, we get GIFT and find out what we really should be giving God thanks for. And that is the gift of today. So, Gift Friday is my GIFT. God is for today. It's the online sharing of one of my original poetic messages, and it's a rich and its possible use to inspire audiences online, in person, or in conversation, including you. Here you hear me read and share this week's gift. Then you can request your keepsake copy. If you'd like a copy and you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn and you're not on my mailing list, email me at sporty@sportyking.com. The reason I say email me is because if you're not on my list, when I send you the copy, it's a PDF and your security might block it as spam. So that's why. So what would be happening is that I would be responding to your request, and now your security will let it go. But I'll talk to you about that when we get more when we get to the end. But that's only if you're not on my mailing list. If you are on my mailing list, you can just drop a comment right here and say, "Sporty, send me the poem." Okay. And if you're watching on YouTube or on my website, drop your request in the comments, not the thread, because once the broadcast is over, the thread moves away, disappears. But if you put it in the comments, I'll be able to send it to you. So, with this broadcast, what I'll do is share one of my original poetic messages and tell you how you can use it to help start a conversation that could change someone's life, including yours, for the better. Today's gift is you kept me up late last night. And it's the closing poem in my book. uh, Do you have any idea how fine you are? A poetic tribute to God's greatest gift to and source of mankind, women. And it's the closing poem in my book. So I'll begin by sharing the introduction as I'll read the introduction leading up to the poem in the book. Mothers, daughters, sisters, aunts, friends, you are the object of countless secret admirers and worthy of that praise. This final poem will remind you that someone somewhere is thinking of you. It doesn't have to be a man. For just as you are blessed to be the right person, you are blessed to have the right people in your life. Think about a different loved one or reason every time you read, "You kept me up late last night." I could almost make out your figure through the darkness in which we sat. So I sat and I listened and I felt your every word as they lingered in the black. I closed my eyes, but I opened them shortly, for I missed you in that span. Your fragrance enticed my nostrils. Your voice welcomed me back. Your actions called for my attention. Your wisdom rang in my ear. You kept me up late last night, and you weren't even here. Obviously, that was a romantic poem that I wrote, in this case, during my college days to my girlfriend who was studying abroad. I've always contended that words are powerful. Yet, years later, a friend of mine, Edwina Thomas, told me that she used the poem to eulogize a friend. After her blessing me with that use of my words through her need, I thought of some other ways to use "You kept me up late last night." So let's look at how many ways we can use that message. You see, it's not just a poem. Now, a lot of people giggle when I usually giggle when I read the title, as their mind shifts to adult thoughts. Ooh, you kept me up late last night. And you know what? That's okay. Because guess what? Adult thoughts have gotten most of us here. Of course, the closing line immediately switches that thought. And you weren't even here. And though keeping it in the romantic mood, you now feel a warmth flowing through your body, starting from your eyes and smile. And there's a good chance that a particular person came to mind. Then another level. That person may not have been a romantic interest at all, but a child, a best friend, or someone you've been praying for their well being. You see how it's already starting to shift in meaning of who can keep you up late at night? So you can use the message to have a wonderful icebreaker or roundtable discussion and talk about the different relationships in your group's lives. In fact, it's a great self-esteem builder as individuals talk about the loved ones in their lives and then extend that to discuss how those people have shown them that they are worthy. I've used it as a going away present during military events where the families were preparing for a deployment. See, because the separated soldiers or servicemen and their families will keep one another up late at night because it's important for military families to not deny their emotions and feelings. Denial could cause stress that can lead to ulcers, even anger and resentment of those who are closest to you. As a speaker, it shows commitment to the number one communication skill, which is listening. A speaker's calling should be to listen to their audience, then have a conversation focused on the audience's concern. Instead of telling Edwina that she used the poem wrong, I thanked her for using it to fit her need, which extends my conversation to remind you to constantly choose your messengers carefully so that the thought that's keeping you up is not one of fear or dread, but a thought of fun and endearment. And who hasn't been kept up late? Parents, you've done it in your on your child's first date. Remember that? Or their first time with a new curfew where you trusted them when until you heard when you trusted them when you heard the key in the door and their voice. Maybe you even acted like you were waking up to find out how everything went. And don't we still say good night by telling someone to call us when they get home safe? Whether it's late at night, the weather's bad, or you feel like they haven't taken a break that day and may be more tired than they're admitting. Not only do we and have we all kept someone up late at night, we're all loved and have an impact on someone's life that makes us an important piece of their puzzle. Words are powerful, and you never know how yours will be used, making them even more powerful. Why? Because you have to know who you are and how powerful you are to trust yourself to share. That's why you're blessed to keep someone up late at night. And I thank you for tuning in this day and enjoying Gift Friday. Remember, if you like a copy and you're not on my email list, if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, email me at sporty@sportyking.com. If you're watching on YouTube or my website, drop your request in the thread. And P.S. By the way, when I say if you're not on my mailing list, well, are you? Are you receiving my Golden Brick Road monthly newsletter? If not, drop your request, send me an email. Again, if you're already on my email list, but you're still not receiving the monthly newsletter or fun letter, let me know so I can add you to the list. Also, you can share this with people who are not necessarily on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. I send out an email weekly called The Powerful Three from me, where I send copies of my Monday morning, my Wednesday, and my Friday broadcast. I can also put you on that list. So let me know if you want to be on the monthly list to receive the newsletter, and or if you want to be on the weekly list to receive each of my broadcasts. And again, that's especially important for someone who's not on social media and you want to, you want to share the message with them. Have a wonderfully safe weekend. And remember, joy comes in the morning. Thank you for enjoying God's gift of Gift Friday through me to you. And I started doing something nice, even though Wednesday, something new, even though Wednesday is my interactive day. I still want to say thank you and my shout outs to people on Friday. Thank you, Jean-Claude, Jean-Luc coming in on Facebook from Ivory Coast, Africa. Thank you. Hey, Marva Lyons, the gift for today. I love it. Thank you, Marva, who does wonder. And by the way, let me go back because of Marva. John Bonjour, which is hello, does great work with students in Africa, helping them learn how to speak English. Marva works wonderfully with our military families on the West Coast. Bob Smitty coming in from Pennsylvania. Always great to see him. All right, Marva, once again, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Linda DeLavala coming in from Chicago. Butter, which is our little playful nickname for one another, brings back a wonderful memory of how we've kept one another up during the day. So not only keeping people up late at night, but let's keep one another up and inspired during the day. God bless you all and have a wonderfully safe weekend. Over and out. Ciao.